Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for tuning in. My name is John. This is Johnny, and this is the John Aquarius channel. And this show is called the John and Moosah Hour. However, today is going to be a little bit different because I have to be at work soon, so we're going to cut it short. But we're going to try to do a this is a freestyle Thursday. I think I'm going to even title it Freestyle Thursday. So so just take it away, Moosah. What you got? What you got?
Because we talked about bad girls, bad women. We talked about different concepts on the alphabet people. We talked about somewhat about bad friends. We talked about being overweight. The funny thing is, I hate being overweight. But you can do something about it. Or you got fat like that. You can get unfat like that. Like as if I didn't try every diet pill that was out and none of them successfully worked. Or if I didn't try a couple of these diet plans out and none of them successfully worked. I mean, like, do you find yourself body shaming yourself, or do you say to yourself, where, how long was it been since I let myself go, or just wasn't paying attention, or what? What do you think you can accumulate it to?
Well, I body shame myself. Well, I don't. When I get dressed, it's more like well, here goes. Like I don't like. Like I don't. I'm not in the delusion of like what my body looks like. It's more like I have no choice but to get dressed and go outside. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I'm just winging it. Just deal with it, because if I body shame myself, I'm not going to leave the house. If I start being too conscious about myself, I'm not going to leave the house, and that's not good for me. Because for a while, I haven't left the house for a minute. Especially during the COVID. We were just like inside the house, and the depression started kicking in. So so it's just right now. It's just trying to just go with the flow type of stuff. Trying to accept myself more. I'm trying to do things a little bit differently. Now I walk to and from work. I work out in the morning, and then I also wake up and step outside for a little minute and just take a little breather. I try to do little things to just get myself going into working out. I know it's going to be a long while, but all I can say is I try to do what I can do and just accept myself for what I am now. Because if I try to fight myself, I don't think I'm going to get to where I want to be. But, that's how I feel right now.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean recently, because I know that talking about being overweight and when you have done it, what seemed to be more of your issues as far as when you was saying to yourself, "Dad, okay." At one time I was 300 pounds. So from being 300 pounds, you start to get rolls and your arms stick out a little bit more, you get side boobs and then man boobs and et cetera, cashmere sweater. But in the same token, it happens. So then I started walking from Binghamton to Endicott, 7.9 miles every day. So I lost 50. 50 just left me. Yeah, won't. Then I was walking one day and I sprained my ankle. And then that turned out that I also 20-something in my knee. Then I had an operation. Then I had to get better, then work out and stay a certain weight. Then I got another knee injury. And then later on I had another knee injury where I had to replace the knee. And I had to do the same thing all over again. Physical therapy, get better.
But was you doing anything to get your knees like that? Or was you just doing regular walking or something?
I used to walk a lot in Brooklyn. I used to walk. Like if I knew where you worked at and you owe me money, I might be at your job when you come out for lunch. Especially if I know exactly where you worked at, because I used to be a messenger. And I used to always be in the city a lot. So if I knew exactly where you was at, I would walk. Even if I ain't had a car to get to you,
yeah,
I'm gonna walk to you because.
So, but that's the weird situation is that. No, I mean, this the weird situation is that both of us, because I have a history, because I used to just like walking. You know what I'm saying? You walk long distances. You did a lot of walking and stuff. but as a reward, your body ends up shutting down. And matter of fact, remember that guy? I don't know. There's a guy that's well known in Binghamton. He used to walk everywhere. He's very well built. He's bald headed. He looked like he could take on 12 people. You know what I'm saying? And now he's walking around with crutches. It's like, it's sad, but it just seems like, I'll be honest with you, I kind of feel like God, took away the thing that I very like I like, because I like walking in the parks, you know what I'm saying? And now it's like it hurts when I walk. So I'll be honest with you, I think that's when I started gaining more weight, when I couldn't walk. And I don't even know what to do as a solution for that.
So then after the walking, I also took martial arts for years. So, and I was in denial on the Betty Ford clinic. For real, like who, me? Who y'all here to talk about? Me? I was straight in denial. Walking down the street, seen the mirror, didn't see my friend. Looked over, my friend was there. Looked again.
Yeah, describe that a little bit better.
No,
because it kind of like you just said. So basically, you was walking down the street, it was side by side with a friend, and you looked at a mirror that was on your other side, and your body weight covered your friend. That's that you're saying.
Exactly what he said.
Mm.
So once that happened, I started to lose. I went from a 6X to a 2X, but even in the 2X, I still felt a little too big. But it was an accomplishment to get into a 2X. So now that I brought it down some more, a little bit more. Before COVID, I was 225. I was feeling like, oh, I'm about to bring sexy back. And then for some reason, I don't know what happened. I don't know if COVID was like, I can't get you sick, but I'm gonna make sure you stay home and get fatter. So I don't know what to say. I just know that it's not cool. Like I know a dude I know who has a son. And his son looked like he got like 30, like his son got boo-boos, like they roundish.
Yeah.
Like his whole face is like.
How old is the son?
I forgot. I didn't keep track.
Is he young? Like how old?
Nah, that little boy was fat for years. He's a fat.
But how old is he now? 20s, 30s?
Might be in his teens, probably maybe early 20s.
And that's another thing. It's like when you're young. No, I'm just saying. That's the age to like try to learn how to lose weight. Because like if you maximize your health at your age, at the youngest age, then when you get older, you'll have less problems. I think if you're fat when you're young, it's going to be harder for you, or overweight when you're young. When you get older, it's going to be harder for you to do that, especially if you don't have routines that you kind of like adapted to. So I don't know. It's just, I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, I hate the way it feels when I'm sitting and I crouch and I can feel this, my pudge. It's just fat life,
I remember me and you walking, and you have this great Nick, whatever the word is for making fat humor. I mean, you cracked me up with it. Like, what was the one you said about the breasts?
I don't remember what they said about the breasts.
You said that you be having issues with women, and just like women.
Oh yeah. Like the thing that we relate with women, fat men or guys with man boobs, is that when we have conversations with people, we're both looking at the men and making sure that their eyes stay within the eye length, because you always feel like the dude that you're talking to or whoever you're talking to is gonna wander down and look at your man boobs, and so yeah, it was one of those type of things. But I mean, I think that here's another one, running. When you're running and you actually feel those things jiggle, you're like, yo, I hope nobody's watching me, man. When I used to jog after people used to pass by me. I used to walk, and then when the people left, then I started running. I would not want to see people watching my man boobs bouncing up and down, it's just ridiculous. I mean, I still got them, and I still have those issues, but my ex-wife helped me get over them, and I guess all I got to do is just do the routines to get myself to lose weight, but I don't know.
doing those pushaways is what's tough. Because you could easily it don't feel like nothing picking up a spoon or fork from hand, from plate to mouth. But them pushaways, it's an effort. Or I say to myself, I'm full. Let me stop eating. Then there's times when I'm like, I need something more to eat, and I have to actually control that. I gotta actually stop drinking certain things again, and where I'm starting to bring like teas to work or stuff, because I find myself back to drinking soda, which I'm trying to get out of, and I'm gonna try to get like maybe I think maybe a Snapple apple.
It don't work. It don't help working in a store.
Or that seltzer stuff. Yeah. That's why I said maybe it's like either Snapple apple or water or seltzer water are gonna be the things that I'm gonna try to drink from now on. Besides my teas that I bring. But besides that,
But I would also lower your sugar intake. Like, how much sugar is in that right there?
Exactly what I was trying to explain to you was because the sodas have an extreme amount of sugar. And once I cut them out before, I felt a lot better. So if I go back to cutting them out again, I'm hoping that getting a lot better comes back. Okay, so I'm going to touch on a topic where I've heard a girl tell a dude, you're so fat you can't see your din-din. And I was like, wow, that's got to be extra big if you can't see it at all. But I don't know, was she talking about hard or soft? But if she talking about hard, he definitely had a problem. Soft when you're fat, I guess not. But when you're hard, you should be able to see something, touch something or something. I don't know. Have you ever had that insult?
No. I mean, my ex-wife will call me a fat ass, or she'll be like, "You so fat, go for a run or something like." But I never had that insult where it's like, "Oh, you're so," because I've never been that fat. But I'll be honest with you, I think if I can't even say it, but like, I think if I started finding myself, my gut getting way too out of control, I think I would actually try to seek a medical help for that. Because, let me just cut into it. What I come to accept is I have an addiction, and I think I'm addicted to sugar, and because the way I react around sweets, I can eat a whole bunch of sugar, and then somebody brings something else to me that's sugary, and I'll eat it again, and I'll eat that whole thing without question. You know what I'm saying? Also, I have an issue of impulsive buying. Like, we were in the store, I really just wanted the dates. That's all I wanted. But I ended up buying the chips, the dates, and the ginger ale. But that's the only thing I curbed myself. I kept myself from the soda. I just bought ginger ale. But still, the ginger ale still has sugar in it. I'm actually successfully drinking seltzer water more than anything else. Seltzer water or water. I drink orange juice, but it's always half water, half orange juice. I never drink the full. If I drink juice, it's always half water, half juice, because to water down that sugar. But I'm trying to definitely lower my sugar intake. But I have it bad though. When it comes to like sweets, it's just like an addict gone out of control. And just regular like street foods, like beef patties, pizza, things of that nature. Because like right before I came over here, I made sure I had a full meal. I ate my goulash stuff. I even ate sweets. So I figured when I come down here, I wouldn't have that kind of craving. So what happened? I came here, bought a bag of chips, and didn't think about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like my biggest issue is basically my impulsive and my addiction to sugar. But like, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. I don't even know. I don't even know what else. I think the other thing to do is to try to counteract. Like, say if you ate a lot, the best thing to do is to counteract it is to try to do a lot of more activities. You know what I'm saying? Like, get up and do a workout, jumping jacks or something like that. That's the other thing I don't like about our society, and at least up here in North America, and particularly where I live, is that if you see somebody working out in the streets, you laugh and think they're crazy. But in many other countries, people do that because sometimes you don't have it to take time to just be like, okay, I gotta go to a gym to work out. Sometimes, like for instance, I'm at my job. I work at a sedated job where I'm sitting down like an office, and sometimes I'll get up and I'll do stuff. I'll like do a little workout just so I can move my body so I don't fall asleep, and two, because I can already feel my body just being sedated and getting too fat and stuff. But the people around me, you get that feeling like, hey, what the hell is he doing? He's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like unfortunate that our culture, we frown upon people like working out on the side other than the gym or at home. You know, like I got a front porch. I'd like to work out in there, but I feel like, and I mean, it could just be me. I feel like people are staring at me, or people think I'm trying to be a spectacle. You know what I'm saying? It's that self-conscious, ideology that I have.
I understand, and then I don't, but I understand. Sometimes, like, okay, I had plenty of magazines where they had exercise equipment for offices. You know, where you sit there and you got the little cycle thing, and you do the cycling thing while you're sitting there on your work, or a special chair where you can do. I done seen all of that. I used to run track, and in high school, I came in third, second, and first. And we had a physical fitness thing. We had to do push-ups, pull-ups, track and field, sit-ups, and a bunch of other stuff. So for my school, I was the only one that won those 3 years. It was just me out of it. Like and I used to always run track in the summer with my friends, and I was the guy that would work them out in a sense. And I remember one time I got married, and I just got a little bit of stomach. And I remember because I had stopped doing sit-ups because I was doing so many of them, I peeled the skin off the back of my back a little bit, from like the coming up position. I don't know if it was the material or whatever the case might have been. And I got a little bit of weight, and it was little something. And it was, that's cute, not I'm going to get you fat so no other woman can want you. You know what I mean? Or me not paying attention, and I just let it go too far. Because even then, I had got sick. My doctor gave me some sulfur, and sulfur, if it's like strong enough or the amount, could put me in the hospital, or maybe even a little bit. I don't know because I haven't eaten none because I know I'm allergic to it. And I wound up going working at the YWCA of Brooklyn, and there was this big brother there. And I think he did 10 or 20 years off and on in the prison. I'm not sure which one. That's why I said 10 or 20. And he had a lot of 500-pound certifications. And I would work out with him. And I would hear other brothers tell me, don't work out with him, he'll kill you. You don't work out with him. I still can't feel my legs. Crazy stuff. Like as if he was some type of mystical being or something. Until I started seeing him really. Like one time he was bench pressing 500 and the white guy said, yo, you gonna lift that? He said, yeah. Can we take pictures? Can we film it on our phone? Stuff like that. And I was like, and he was like, you gonna lift it too? And I was like, no, I'm not gonna do 5 plates. I might be able to do 3, but not no 5 at that time. You know what I mean? So being strong and being able to keep up with people that were smaller than me, because I always had some type of physical activity.
Or bigger? Was this guy bigger than you or smaller than you?
He was taller than me, and he was bigger than me. But his height and his weight and his mass looked good on him because it looked like don't mess with him. You seen the full chest. He probably had like 20-inch arms because I had 18-inch arms, and he had like 20-something-inch legs. I went for 25 because back then. The old bodybuilders, their legs wasn't super duper crazy thick like it is nowadays, and except for Tom Plax and a few other gentlemen that does specialize in legs or whatever the case might be. But it's only when I got older and it just became a little harder, and then I made more excuses for it that made it more harder. But then, every time I turn around, I do the 30-day challenge, 30-day sit-ups, push-ups, and squats. And I'll do the push-ups, the squats, and then I do something else to substitute from the sit-ups. And sometimes I miss 2-3 days because I got bad knees and my knees are hurt. And then sometimes I make up for those days I missed by adding on all of what I'm supposed to be doing for that next day. And then hoping that the risk of my knee not swelling or hurting or making me feel like I can't walk, would exist again.
I don't know. I guess, but I think we're gonna talk about adventures of being fat, But
we can talk about that too.
I mean, it's just,
How do you act when you're around a buffet? Do these buffets get you?
I haven't been to a buffet in a long time. Jeez,
I've
I can't even remember the last time I've been to a buffet.
I've been to the one up here and I threw up.
Which one?
The one.
No, you have to name the name, but like it was a Chinese store.
Yeah, it was a Chinese, it was an Asian one, and I Earl for like ever. That was the worst I ever in my whole entire life. Like I couldn't stop. Every time I go back to the table with my group that we came in with, I almost would throw up in my hand, or I would get a bucket and fill it right up. Yeah, it just wasn't stopping. And
but at the same, that's another thing. Like buffets, in many ways, are kind of unsanitary because they're just food hanging out in front of people. You don't know who's
with some lights on it,
huh?
with some lights on it. That's for the killer germs.
Lights, well, yeah, that and it's been there for a while. You don't know who's been, because a lot of you got, even before COVID, people are just not cleansing. I mean, a lot of people are just not. We're so up to on it with germs and stuff. But not even just that. It's just being fat and being at a being overweight. Let's just put it, being overweight and being at a all you can eat buffet. It's it's kind of embarrassing. You know what I'm saying?
Have you found where you was eating and you were saying to yourself, I wonder if they're watching me eat because I'm fat and they think I'm gonna eat a whole lot?
I'll be honest with you, I've never been that conscious to that point. Only because I'll be honest with you, I think only recent years I gained more weight than before. But I just I don't know, just buffets and stuff like that. The other thing is I also wanted to just talk about just for instance, you're heavy set, but you're not you're not yo, he should wear a muumuu or something. You should never come outside and you don't have that kind of weight where somebody's like, ugh. You look decent with a shirt on. It's not like it's bad or anything, like your stomach is sticking out or anything like that. It's actually pretty decent. You got other people who's their weight is so bad that I feel bad for them. But at the same time, a lot of people who gain weight like that is because they're subjected to whatever happened to them. Maybe they got paralyzed, or maybe their bodies, they couldn't move a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Depression kicks in too. I mean, even right now, I think half of the reasons why we're so heavy too is because depression kicks in. Depression is what makes us eat more. Makes us eat more. You know what I'm saying? The boredom makes us eat more. We don't really go out and do much. I mean, in this town that we live in, there's not much to do. You know what I'm saying? But to get in trouble, do drugs, get someone pregnant. Work a job if you got it. Unless you got money, and, you got a car or something like that, then I would say something. Or if you got you're into hunting, or you're into fishing, which I hate to say it, but now I just contradicted myself. We do have a lot of things to do. It's just not skydiving, mountain climbing type of stuff. It's just basic necessity. If you want to go out and go for a hike, there's parks. If you want to go out go hunt, there's there's that. We got a little river right down here. A lot of people who are a lot of young kids used to like to go camping at night. A lot of people go fishing. So I think it's just, again, we're going back to just understanding that I think it's just us, that we just need to just find an activity. Because actually that is the secret of losing weight too, is to find an activity that makes you move around a lot more. Like in the younger days, you used to like basketball, right? All right, there you go. All right, let's think about something right now. What do you think that we could do that can get us outside more and eat less? Or what can you think of something? What can you think of something?
Nothing.
Really?
Only thing I can think of is discipline. Cause I stopped eating a certain amount of meat. If I ate meat, it's because I supposed to. I didn't eat meat or bought it for myself. So I would either eat fish, tuna fish, tuna fish, for the longest time, where even now, sometimes when it comes to meat, I don't really like it that much. Except for when I go get the mixed over rice. That's the only time I don't mind that excessive amount of meat. But besides that, I'm kind of not but then, being Muslim, when you go into Ramadan, they just meat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the Sunnah. Get my 4, 1, 3, 5,
Bro, you're kind of
7 days.
blending into a conversation. What I'm saying is, what kind of things you would like to do? I mean, because eating is going to be something that you're going to consistent.
Nothing, because if I walk, my knees hurt. If I walk and I'm having a bad fat person day, my back hurt. Nothing. But what I find myself doing is, what I keep going back to is those 30-day challenges, the 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 jumping jacks, or 100 squats a day, which has been helping me be able to maintain or feel like, I want to start doing planks. I wanted to join a gym, but I was thinking about joining this gym, and then you joined the gym way across west. I don't know where the hell at.
It was in Binghamton or
Weston. And that was too far for me.
Too far for me too. I mean, my whole party abandoned ship on me on that one. Like, I actually joined a fitness club, but it was in Binghamton or in Vestal. There's two locations that I needed a car to get to, and the parties we were going to agree to work out after work, and then lo and behold, they bailed on it, and I had to cancel my subscription because I had no way to get there, and it was now $75 to $100 charges later that I got to cancel. But I mean, the thing is, you got to also find some kind of activity, even doing a podcast could be something like interviewing other people on the streets, like walking up to people, just having conversations. I don't know.
I mean, yes, when we get better equipment, when we get better stuff, I can agree with totally agree with that. I'm maybe my next month we have a lot of more free time to roam around it and come back to this as a base or whatever the case might be. But at the present moment, the little exercises that you're doing in the morning and the ones that I do going out today is going to have to be sufficient for us until we can get to those points. You know what I mean? A couple of pieces of equipment I want to get, and it's, even if I'm thinking about getting it, I'm thinking I don't really have a place to put them, but I want to get them because I know it'll help me as far as physically. So that's been on my mind, and those are plans.
Wait, what about swimming?
Yeah.
What about swimming at a Z pool or something like that?
Yeah, you swim?
I don't swim, but I would love to swim, but we're gonna get into the same thing. You know what you gotta do at a pool, right?
You gotta take off your clothes.
You gotta take your shirt off. I can't. I mean, I'm okay where I have my shirt on and
I'm in the pool,
but I can't take off my shirt.
Yeah.
I'm not walking around with my things flopping.
So my question is this: have you ever been with women? I know I mentioned women and made them a little nervous to drop the mic out. Have you ever been with women and they was like, take your shirt off? And you were like, nah, and they're like, oh, I'm going to get you to take your shirt off. You like, no, you ain't. Oh, no, I'm going to find a way to make you take your shirt off. And you thinking, what's such a big deal? Like, I want my shirt on.
Well, so
skin to skin?
To be honest with you, I never had, when it comes to being intimate with a woman, taking my shirt off wasn't a problem. Because I figured they already see what I got. It's not like I'm high. It's not like they don't see it. You know what I'm saying? So I figured. So when I take off the shirt in front of them, it's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I've ever had a problem with it. It's just taking a shirt off in front of random strangers. Especially where we live on the YouTube verse now. You be in a pool and somebody take a picture, put you next. You're a meme. You know what I'm saying? People taking a picture of you, and you're on someone else's TikTok. Looking like a fool, so that's the kind of thing that I'd be thinking about. But like when it came to intimacy with a woman, I figured she already knows what she's dealing with, so it never became a problem for me.
I just didn't want my shirt off.
Really, I couldn't have sex with somebody with a shirt off. Unless we're talking about let's have sex outside, and I don't want to be naked outside. You know what I'm saying?
You take off all your clothes?
When I'm with a woman in the house, if I'm inside a building and we're intimate with a woman, I'm gonna take off everything.
Okay.
I mean, here's the thing. I take off as much as she takes off. If she's taking off everything, I'm taking off everything.
Okay. My thing is I sweat. And I remember I was with somebody and I kept saying, take off your shirt. And I kept saying, I sweat. She was like, no, I'm not worried about it. And then all of a sudden I looked down and she was like, She was like, huh?
What happened? You get sweat kit hitting her in the face?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's burning my eyes.
That bad? You sweat that bad?
At one period of time, I used to sweat a lot. There's a period that I'm also, sometimes I get night sweats. So the reason why the shirt is on, because I can take my shirt, wipe off my forehead, or take my shirt, wipe off my head around my face area, because nobody want nobody foot across their face, so nothing crazy strange. You know what I mean? So that's why I like to lay my shirt on. It's not no other reason besides the fact that I had, the person was like, oh my God, it went in my mouth.
I see what you said. You just had like extra sweat coming out. I had a situation where I was with somebody, but like we were like throughout the whole day off and on, doing it. And I mean, this person, even to this day, if I've seen this person, the relationship that we have, we can't keep our hands off each other. I think the real reason why she broke up with me because she's older than me, and she felt that wasn't serious. But like we couldn't keep our hands off each other. But it was like, I remember when she lived in an apartment where it was just so hot. I mean, it was just every time we were getting in on it. It was just like I had to turn a fan on. We had to stop, in intervals. Like I didn't even come. I was just like, babe, we got to stop because I'm burning up. I remember, but it was not only the heat, but like, man, I'm just thinking about her even to this day. It's just like, man, I miss her. But, whoosh, yeah, just bringing back memories of this woman, man. I just wish that she would just all right. She broke up with me because she actually thought this is a text message, one of those misinterpretations of text messages where somebody says something to you and you actually think they're insulting you, but they're not. That kind of situation. All right, so let's go into the story. The situation is that she had a friend that always tried to. My friend, this woman that I was with, was a dog lover. She loves dogs, but she when she lost her last dog, she just didn't want to have another one. So she met a friend who had two dogs, the same type of dog that she had. They were like poodles or something. And this woman took advantage of her. She knew that my ex-girlfriend liked dogs. So whenever she goes out on vacation or she goes somewhere, she would leave my girlfriend with the dogs. But then sometimes she would leave them too long. You know what I'm saying? Or she'll leave them at inconvenient time. So she would start yelling at she would complain to me about how this person's taking advantage of her. And as a guy, you're always trying to come up with solutions. And the solutions would never work because she always just gives in. She's like, I love them dogs. And then, and then one time I left a text message because she was like, she's leaving. She's having me take care of the dogs for an extra couple of days. I'm sorry. Because also, that's another thing. If she had the dogs, we wouldn't have sex because the dogs would just run all over the place in the apartment. But, so one time I texted her, I was like, man, F those dogs. She thought I meant, like, literally F them dogs. Like, have sex. You know what? Forget you. Have sex with those dogs. No, I just meant F those dogs. Like, but she really took it personal. And, like, to this day, we haven't spoken to her. I think it's about 6 months now, maybe a year. I don't know how long. But she literally, like, got mad. But at the same time, and the thing is, that's the crazy thing. We never really argued. She always told me she loves me. It was weird. But then again, I think I also ruined it too because I said some stuff that was kind of weird. I said one time because she had a friend that it's kind of controversial. I suggested a threesome, and I think it kind of like from then on, I think she wasn't too privy about the whole relationship because I suggested that. But that's neither here or there. But at the same time, I remember we were very intimate with each other. Very, like, even to this day, I still miss her. But I don't know what to say. I'm just trying to make it different, kind of like more, whatever. This is a Freestyle Thursday. We're keeping it short. It's already 34 minutes. I gotta leave soon. Here's another topic. Forget about that. The weight gain. Adult friends acting like kids. Like, for instance, we had a certain person that we suspected used to come around your store just to jock some information so they can give it to someone else to talk about. You know, oh, this guy said this about you. This, so they can win points with their other friend. Now, you and I are in our middle to late ages. Is it surprising to know that there are people who are in our age group that are still acting like he'll still have that like elementary, high school mentality?
Yes, a lot of times what I realize is that as an adult, we have to fix a lot of stuff that we went through as a child. And some of us never addressed those issues. And so some people don't have the knowledge of actually how to be a friend because they either never had one or never allowed one to be their friend fully because all they knew was shystiness and BSness or whatever they picked up from their childhood. Whether that's why some people say they either have to be a mother and a father there, or one or the other, or both, or something. You know, one of those scenarios. But some people just like I know a girl and I'll be like, you don't know how to cook, no. You don't know how to sew, no. You don't clean, no. And I'm like, what do you know how to do? I'm cute. I'm like, how far is that gonna get me after a while?
How old is she?
Now she's 32, but at that time she was a little bit younger. But I'm like, you know, so I mean, I expect the unexpected. So when stuff happens, I automatically have it on the chart that I know it was going to happen, and it always helps me so I'll never be in a dun, dun, dun type of situation. So that never bothers me. It's just the fact that if you never fix those issues of whatever you suffer from as a child, sometimes it hinders you from moving on and progressing in life for the rest of your life. Have you ever seen some people that are just petty for no reason? Have you ever seen some people that just like that lie so much that they believe their lies are the truth? And it be pure lies and people can figure out they're lying. But yet they'll still tell that same story over and over and over again. Like how you know, like what is it about them? You know, okay, yo, I ain't seen him. Where was you at? Yo, son, what I was doing, man. First we went to Coney Island, and the thing came off, and I was dangling in the ants, you know what I'm saying? And then I had to flip. Well, you say to yourself, you sound like a comic book I just read.
Straight out of a comic.
Yeah, you something straight out of a comic book. All them flips you describe sound like Captain America, Daredevil, and Spider-Man. And you survived all that? What was you doing? Now I was chilling. I ain't feel like being bothered. And people used to look at me strange because I wouldn't give them an elaborate story about what I was doing, and I didn't get it.
Maybe they feel like they need to entertain you.
Yeah, but why lie to do it? You know what I mean? The reason why I didn't like to lie because I didn't like the feeling of getting caught in it first. And second of all, I didn't like to lie because I didn't remember the lie. And third of all, I didn't like to lie because I didn't like nobody lying to me.
Or the worst part is getting caught in a lie. Like if you said something like so outrageous, like, "Oh man, you should have seen this. I did this and this and that," and then the next day you say something else that contradicts it. The look on my, that whole feeling of just like somebody catching you in a contradiction, it's the worst feeling. You know what I'm saying? Because and also I don't like to be a questionable person. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to be somebody who's? But then you got people who lie don't really care about that. I really think people who lie they don't. They don't care about the consequences.
They don't know how to.
Yeah.
It's just like the narcissist situation where a person is always somebody else's fault. It's never theirs.
Yeah.
But if you and that person was involved with each other, it's two sides of a coin. There's two sides of a story. There's a up or down. There's a good. There's an evil. There's a left. There's a right. There's two sides.
Yeah.
But yet we say, when a person always saying you're wrong, or if you hadn't did nothing, they don't acknowledge nothing they did wrong. It almost feel like why am I even making an effort of being around you?
All right. So like the other thing I wanted to say is just like I wanted in terms of a mixed bag this freestyle thing. I also kind of wanted to talk about what did you want to. All right. So here's the thing I wanted to talk about. What do we want to do in the future episodes? I actually wanted to do certain like episodes where we're just trying to be funny. I really don't want it to be all the time. Because here's the thing, episodes of like us trying to talk to people, at least as if we're dropping knowledge and stuff like that, I'm not a big fan of. I rather us just be as funny as we can, talk about certain things that have good information. But for the most part, I rather just try to be as entertaining as possible, because you got to think about it. What we're trying to do is we're trying to appeal to those people who are working at a job and they're sitting down, typing away, and they want to hear something entertaining. So, talking about things that, we're trying to drop knowledge, it's okay, but I'd rather it be like, just funny consistently or something. I don't know how you feel about that.
I feel like we've been talking about fat, and his fat ass got a conscience. Yeah, we've been, I mean, you just said jogging and the boobs is moving like a woman's boob. That was funny. I'm pretty sure somebody was like, oh snap, I never thought about that when I see fat person in the house and he's running, I'm gonna look and see if his male boobs is jumping up and down. Or the other one that you said.
Well, I think a lot of people relate to that. Anybody who's fat would probably relate to that kind of situation.
The comedian says, You know what I wonder?
What?
Why people that abduct women don't take fat women?
What happened?
Why when the people that abduct women, why they don't take fat women?
They're too, it's a lot to carry. It's basically.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think it stands to reason. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure if the woman had a lot of money, like Lizzo, if somebody wanted to capture, kidnap her for her money,
there's gonna be a group of people that gotta carry her in that
But I mean, not necessarily. I mean, a lot of times probably you have to give her.
Bodybuilder.
Well, you could probably outsmart her.
Because you think because she fat, she dumb.
No, give her something to eat that she likes, and then just have some.
You just walk up to her and be like,
I'm not eating.
Walk up to her and be like, I got a Twinkie.
Or, no, just like, I mean, yeah. I don't want to pick on Lizzo because I don't want to jump on her bandwagon.
You did. Everybody else do too.
All right, here's the thing. When it comes to Lizzo is attractive the way she is. However, it stands to reason that weight gain is unhealthy. Being heavy set is unhealthy. But if you're going to be heavy, women could get away with it a lot more than men. Women can look good heavy set. Men, as soon as we're heavy, no woman wants us. But there are men who are in shape who like women who are out of shape. Right or wrong? I've seen men who are like muscle bound who likes big women.
I've seen little women with fat dudes.
Yeah.
Don't throw us underneath the river or the boat like that or whatever.
So you're right. So it comes down to you gotta basically be happy with what you got and just try to improve on it. Yeah.
I mean, it's not that hard. Like I said, once I realized that what was going on, I kind of said to myself, all right, I have to fix some of these things, and by me fixing some of these things, hopefully it could help me interact and deal with people.
Yeah.
Like I deal with a lot of people that I know be having mental issues, and they come to me, and I be talking to them, and they be like, "How do you know this stuff if you don't have this stuff?" And I be thinking, I don't know. Maybe I felt like I had that stuff, or maybe I felt like I've been through that situation, and I related my situation to what your story was, or what you were telling me what you was going through, that you could understand, that I understand what you're going through. You know what I mean? Or I might have been through it for my time period within my life. I remember I was with a sister, and she said, "What can I do to get you out of the refrigerator?" And I said, "Have sex with me more." Like one time, she was like, "You got 15 minutes," and like 2 days later, she was like, "What happened? Like, a couple of nights ago, you act like you didn't want it." I said, 15 minutes, 5, 10 kissing, 3, 4, 5 kissing, and then you're going down low, blah, 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 that's 3, 4, 5. By the time I go to pull it out, or whatever the case might be, your clock might be like, I'm going to be like, what? You know what I mean? Like, you putting a time limit on it, you know what I mean? So, because you put a time limit on it, I just...
Yeah, but you can't be, like, sex as an alternative to, like, eating.
She said no.
See, I know what she said, but, like, it's like, you can't... It's like every time I reach for the refrigerator, she's going to try to, like, offer sex?
No, she wasn't off. Like I said, it was just, like, one time, her thing was, I didn't want to give you too much power. You know what I mean? Like, one time I had both my hands, I was hitting up in the back, and I had both my arms. Mm-hmm. And the next time I went to do that, she was like, no, that's giving you too much power. So she would only give me one of her hands.
That's like stupid. Oh my God! Like now you have. Okay, I get it. I get it. She sounded like she must have been traumatized.
Sounded
like somebody.
Plus, she had a little weight on her too. Yeah, took her.
Yeah, but like I mean, just I don't trust in the person that you're with. I mean, if you're having trust issues with the person, you should have sex with them. But like, I like it when the person's giving it their all, just like you're giving it all. I don't like that half step in having sex with somebody and they're like, I got restriction rules. And I can see if they physically can't do a certain position, and then even then that's a problem because they probably won't be part 2, part 3.
Yeah.
But like if you're like, I can't do this because it's giving you too much power, it's like then we could cut I'm the kind of person that if you could turn me off in the middle of a sex, I probably would stop I would stop
definitely.
having sex with the person. I just be like, you know what, then we're done because this is like I'm not gonna get off if I'm knowing that you having all these kind of rules and number ones, things of that nature, But so this is a mixed bag conversation again. This is free, even though we say Freestyle Thursday. A lot of our conversations has been freestyle. So we're just trying to shoot the crap, just trying to find our voice, get into it, and just keep consistent with this. And hopefully, by next week, I'll have all the episodes pulled up, and then we're going to really try to get down to trying to find our voice on this because I really want to get a specific routine going on. So this is the John and Moosah hour. Well, this is 46 minutes, about 50 minutes. So, hopefully we'll see you soon. Thank you for tuning in. See you.
Yeah!